A very good afternoon, sir. Greetings from College Dunia. We're very happy to have you on board with us. So, sir, before stepping into the interview process, I would really want you to give a brief introduction about yourself.
Okay, Mansiji, I'm Rajiv Mathur. I'm the Pro-Chancellor of Shri Rajpura Sarkari University. I retired in the rank of Director General of Police in the Government of India. My last assignment was as Director of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy at Hyderabad. And after that, I have been associated with this university, first as a member of the Board of Management, then as an advisor, and then subsequently as the Pro-Chancellor of this university since January this year. And I have three daughters, and my eldest daughter, she did her MS in Finance from America, and she is a director of an American bank. My second daughter is in the IPS. She is in Chhattisgarh cadre. And my youngest daughter is a doctor, and she is a doctor in Breach Candy Hospital, Mumbai. My wife used to be a teacher. My mother also used to be a teacher. Thank you.
That's lovely, sir. Great. Sir, so moving on to the first question, what, according to you, is the vision of SRU?
Oh, the vision of SRU has been absolutely crystal clear. It has been set down by our divine guide, the Chancellor, Puja Maharaj Shri, and he said that the aim is to provide very affordable education to lower middle class families of Chhattisgarh, because you have universities which charge a lot of money, and they have very high fee structure, and it is easy for them to gain that status. But then our assignment, our orders are much more difficult. We have to give very affordable education to the citizens of Chhattisgarh right here at their doorstep, and the education needs to be of a very high standard, practically world standard. So that is the mandate given to us by our Chancellor. So that is our vision in short. Otherwise, the overall vision is that the idea is that the standard of education in Chhattisgarh, not only Chhattisgarh but the entire Central India, needs to have a very good input, and we should be that medium to take that forward.
Okay, sir. That's great. So, sir, what is the goal of this university?
The goal of the university is to be a university which is known for its research. You see, research nowadays is the hallmark of where exactly you are going. So our mandate is very clear. We need to focus on research. So we are absolutely concentrated and focused on research. And I'm very happy to say that we have one of the largest baskets of choices available as per the new education policy. We have worked on that, and we easily have the largest basket available in this part of the country. And the idea is to have collaboration with other universities around the world, where knowledge has been excelled, where knowledge is at the highest pedestal. So we want to be standing at par with those universities. Universities like Amrit University of Chennai, Lovely University in Punjab. So these are the universities that we want to rub shoulders.
Yes, sir, that's very insightful. So moving on to the next question, what are the ethical values which you tend to inculcate among the students and faculty?
Well, I'm very happy that you asked this question, because that is one of our strong points. Our Chancellor strongly believes that our education should be such that while we are talking about all the latest developments in science and technology, artificial intelligence and other things, and all sorts of modern research, but our roots should be very firmly entrenched in our ethics, in our value system, in our traditions. So we are at heart, deep down, we are very, very ethical. We believe in ethics, and not only that, but the whole atmosphere of the campus is charged with a positivity which is not found anywhere else. So that is the type of positivity which motivates people to excel, and that is something that those vibes can be felt as soon as you enter the campus, and there is a strong feeling of comfort. There is a strong feeling of belongingness.
Well said, sir. Well said. So, moving on to the next question. What is so special about the infrastructure of your university?
The infrastructure is almost as if it has been designed by Vishwakarma himself. Today is Vishwakarma Divas, and I am very proud to say that it is so beautiful that anybody would say that it has been designed by Vishwakarma ji himself. The buildings just need to be seen to believe that every building, as you enter that building, the first building looks like a mall, a beautiful mall, and when children come inside the building, they are just awestruck. So every facility that has been given to the children over here is unparalleled. So our roads, our buildings, and they have been given such beautiful names. We have names like Takshashila Marg. We have names like Nalanda Marg. We have a building, girls' hostel, which is called Devi Ahilya Bai Chhatravas. Then we have a building named after K.F. Rustamji. Then we have a building named after Ambedkar. We have a building named after Viswesvaraya. Then APJ Abdul Kalam. And we have two beautiful Sabhagrah auditoriums. One of the auditorium is fully air-conditioned, and whosoever visits that auditorium, he says that it is difficult to imagine that a place like Raipur, Chhattisgarh would have such an advanced auditorium, such a well-managed auditorium, which has everything that you can dream of. So, and then we have another open-air auditorium. It is also weather protected. It is much larger. It has a huge seating capacity. So we are the infrastructure is absolutely, and we have a river flowing right by our, all across the length of the university. It is such a beautiful river, and we want to make it more and more beautiful so that it becomes so inviting. And moreover, the campus it is a 65-acre campus. The campus has full of the nicest trees that you can dream of. Our Chancellor, Pujya Maharashtra, said that we need to have this university on the same lines as the Banaras Hindu University or Shanti Niketan. And we already have more than 15,000 trees, and most of them are mango trees, Amravriksha, and then some are mall trees. Then we have Parijat. So we have the best trees, and the trees are lined on both sides of the road, and we have Vatikas named after M.S. Swaminathan, the great, Bahugunaji, the leader of the Chipko movement. So that is how we remember these big names, and we want our children to remember so many big, like Birsa Munda, for instance. Another building is named after Birsa Munda. So campus-wise, it is absolutely fantastic, and it is right now it stands at 65 acres, and we are growing. We are still growing.
We are glad to hear about your contribution to the environment, sir. It's a great initiative. Okay, so how is Sri Rawatpura Sarkar University different from other universities?
Oh, it is different in so many ways. The first and the foremost is that, like I said, the whole atmosphere of this university is charged with such great positivity that when you come here, you think that you are blessed. You see, and you feel that you get not only education over here, you get values over here, and you are looking at the faculty of this university is absolutely delightful. We have people from who have worked in Banaras Hindu University. We have people who have worked in IITs. We have people who have done their PhD from triple IITs or NITs. So we have the best faculty available in this university, and we are always on the lookout for the best faculties from anywhere in India. and people who have worked abroad. So the children get to see, such a variety of pedagogy over here that they would not find in other universities. And then we are so close to nature. We are very nature friendly. We believe in green and clean energy. We already have a 100 kV solar system on our roofs, and we are sufficient as far as the power generation is concerned. And then we will go into so many ways. We have a Go Anusandhan Kendra, for instance, and we believe in developing desi cow, not Jersey cow, only desi cows, particularly Gir Gai. And Gir Gai, if you remember, is the guy that was the favorite of Bhagwan Shri Krishna, and he always had a milk of a Gir Gai. So we have our Gaushalas are full of Gir Gai. We are doing research on that. We are very proud of it, and we are making milk products out of that, and we are also distributing them to people in the town. And the name of the product is Bridge.
That's great. That's really great, sir. Sir, how does your administrative experience as DGP help in managing the affairs of the university?
Well, that's a very wide question. Before I became a DGP, I was a student of Allahabad University, and I did my MSc in physics, and then I did my MA in history. And I'm very happy to say that I'm also a Chancellor's Gold Medalist. So, and I came into the IPS in my very first attempt. And in the high school examination also, I was in the top merit list. I was a national scholarship holder throughout. I started getting my national scholarship from my 10th class, which continued up to my post-graduations. So academically, and then I was into dramatics. I was also the editor of the Allahabad University magazine. Then I took part in so many debate competitions. So I was into dramatics, I was into debate, I was into letter writing, I was into editorship. Subsequently, I joined the IPS. And in the IPS, the IPS gave me a regularity in my life. And IPS gave me a sense of discipline. Physics had given me a clarity of thought. Physics had given me how to get down to the bottom of things, how to see what is the essence behind every situation, so that I can analyze every situation, hopefully in a way that can help me reach the solution, and not just like if you were a doctor, you would like to diagnose the situation before treating it. Simply on symptoms. A doctor which treats on symptoms doesn't reach the root. But a doctor which is good at diagnosis will be able to attack the disease. So I like to diagnose the problem. And in that, my background as a police officer, my background as an MSc physicist, that helps me immensely. And then, like I said, I managed people, thousands of people. I have commanded a force which had almost 70,000 people working under me when I was Director General RPF in New Delhi. And when I was Director of the Police Academy at Hyderabad, I was in charge of a training academy. This is one of the best training academies of India. The whole police force is so proud of it. And when we used to have British police officers and Australian police officers visiting us, they said that you need to be proud of this academy because this is doing something which is unbelievably good. So I have the experience of running the police academy. So with all that sort of experience and all sort of multifarious charges, I've been all over the world. I've been to England, America so many times. I've been to Europe. Then I've been to Singapore. I've been to France, Italy, Germany, Switzerland, Dubai, of course, is next door. So there are so many countries that I visited, and within India, I visited almost all the good places in India, almost all the states of the country I visited. So I have gathered a lot of experience. And with Pujya Maharashtri's blessings, I think I'm able to find the right path.
That's great to hear, sir. So where do you see the university in 10 years from now?
Oh, 10 years from now, I see that the university, as far as NAC accreditation goes, I see it a top position, A++. Then I see it in the top 100 or maybe top 10 in NIRF ranking. I want to see it among the top 10 universities of South Asia, to be very frank. And structure-wise, building-wise, capacity-wise, research-wise, we will have a central research facility. And research is going to be our main. We will be doing a lot of work on patents. We'll be doing a lot of work on original research. We will be going into consultancy. We will be going into a collaboration with foreign universities, all the best universities around the globe. And we will be in partnership with industries. And we will be constantly modifying our curriculum and our pedagogy. And we shall be aiming to get the best faculty available anywhere. And all this at a very affordable price. The idea is that if you come to this university, you should feel as if you are in either in Shantiniketan or in Banaras Hindu University, and at the same time feel that the standard of this university is of the nature of either an Oxford or a Cambridge or a Stanford. So we are going in that direction, and we believe in personality development also. So we have engaged people from Mumbai who are training who are giving training to our people who are seeking employment. So they work. They have workshops with them. They give them training. The idea is that children in Chhattisgarh are not that good in English. So we see to that they're able to converse easily in very good English, and their personality also develops so that they have immense scope and all that. And secondly, we are not only preparing them, like our Chancellor says, for a job. That is not the aim. That is not the ultimate aim, to prepare them for a job. We are preparing them to be world citizens, as responsible world citizens who have a world view of everything and who can make India proud and make India stand as a Vishwa-Guru as it once stood. So we are proud of our heritage, and we need to take it to absolutely stunning heights.
Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your time, your precious time for us. It was great having you on board. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you. Thank you.